Jesse, I think these are your headphones I'm using. I just grabbed them.
All right. So we are live. Thanks for coming to the last meeting of the semester.
My tip.
And Ben said that he would
Unless it like came off.
for the opening prayer.
Yeah, I think that's actually on there.
All right, I'll say right now.
Let me.
Thanks.
All right. Our dear Heavenly Father, grateful for this day and for the time that we had to meet together to speak about our projects and of accountability that we did throughout the semester. We're grateful for the blessings and the goals that we were able to complete and for the advancements in our own life that we were able to witness. Please help us to have the Spirit with us as we have this meeting and we say these things in Jesus Christ.
Amen. Thanks, Ben.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
would either of you two like to go first for your accountability project, or would you like to throw me under the bus?
I will go.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, yeah, we'll let you, yeah.
I will take it. All right. So this semester has been actually pretty interesting for me. And so I'm just going to just read you what my goal was, who I wanted to become, and then I'll go on from there. So I said, over the next semester, I want to become someone that is working hard to become a better person. I want to become a healthier person and find happiness in all my situations. I want to overcome my fears of the unknown and help myself move forward from the past and look to the future. I want to be spiritually driven and make good habits and help others with the spiritual side of life. I know that things are not going to be easy, and I understand the sacrifice that it is going to take to be successful in my goals. I know that through sacrifices that I'm going to make, I will be able to achieve what I want. For me, the sacrifices that I will make will only improve my life. Over the past 6 months, I've been striving to live by a new slogan in my life: dedication to greatness. Am I really dedicated to making myself a better person? And if so, am I willing to do what it takes to become great? This slogan reminds me of what I'm going to have to change, the things that I do in my life to get to the level of greatness that I'm striving for. I love the idea of becoming someone better, someone greater, and I'm up for the challenge that is going to come with this semester. And so the goals that I had, the daily goals that I had is whether or not I studied every single day for my chemistry. Did I spend an hour working out? Did I finish all my homework before I went out with friends or family or whatever and hung out that night? And did I study my scriptures for 15 minutes every day? And then I had a weekly goal of running 10 miles a week, of doing my home teaching every month and adding 10 pounds to my max weight in the gym every month. So I wanted to continue to grow in my working out and in my spirituality, as well as in school. So I'm going to say first and foremost that chemistry is like the worst class you could possibly take because of, it's just terrible. And so I struggled with it. And then at the end of the semester, I actually dropped the class, or I just stopped going to class. So I definitely had no's on that throughout the semester. And at the end of the semester, I basically ended it with, no's throughout the rest of the week. Anyways, so that one, I'm just going to chalk up and say that the time that I was in the class, going to class and striving to finish the class, I did have a few no's about once a week. But that's okay. I did follow through with my consequences. Did I spend an hour working out every day? And from the beginning of the semester to, I'll even say today, I spent an hour working out every single day. The only exception was Thanksgiving, the day of Thanksgiving, a day that I got sick. At the very beginning of the semester, I got food poisoning, so I didn't go to the gym that day. Did I study my scriptures every single day for 15 minutes? Yeah. At least almost like 95% of the time. There were a few days that I did not, just because I was being oblivious or what whatnot. But yeah, I did strive as best as I could to read my scriptures every day. And then when it came to my weekly goals, to run 10 miles a week, every single week I was able to run 10 miles. It was like, I typically don't like doing cardio, running or whatnot, but yeah, 10 miles a week was my goal, and I was able to run 10 miles a week, which means I ended up running, I think, 120 miles over the semester. Just crazy. And then my monthly goals. So I wanted to add 10 pounds to my max weight every month. So I wanted to continue to get stronger and to continue to improve myself. And I did that. I was able to improve 10 pounds to my max weight every month. I started at 215 on my bench press, 305 on my squatting, and 305 on my deadlift. And over the past 4 months, I've been able to add at least 10 pounds. And then one thing I also was striving for is my home teaching every month. For some reason, last semester I made really good friends with these two girls. A couple girls in an apartment. We hung out all the time, and I was their home teacher, so that was really easy for me to do. So I did do my home teaching every single month. And then, so my consequences that if I failed to reach my goals, I would perform 25 burpees during my workout and spend an extra hour studying for my upcoming tests. And I hated doing burpees, and I hated studying extra. The no's that I did get, I did, for the most part, follow through on my consequences, especially the burpees, because I wanted to really focus on myself physically over the semester, and I was able to do that. Overall, something that I learned, I guess the thing that I took away most from this project, I know I'm coming up on 5 minutes, but the thing that I took most from this project is that goal setting and following through with those goals is super important. That through goals and through having a little bit of accountability and consequences, we're able to better ourselves in so many different ways. I had my roommate who's in this same class on campus, and he was doing the same thing as I was. And we were both keeping each other accountable for the goals that we had set. And honestly, I feel spiritually uplifted because I read my scriptures most of the time. Every week, 15 minutes, every day, 15 minutes. I feel physically better because I went to the gym every single day, except for 3 days during the entire semester. Crazy, because for the past year, I've really tried to hit the gym as much as possible. And then I was really striving to be a better student. And so studying that extra hour, I was studying a little bit for chemistry while I was still going to class, was great. And when it came to me failing, I don't usually like to fail. I don't like to fail actually ever. And having to drop chemistry, actually, I didn't like that feeling because it was something that I feel like I failed. I did get an F in the class, so I will be retaking that, and I will be studying way more. In the end, I know for a fact after doing this accountability project that through goals, we definitely can become better, and we can receive blessings and basically just become just a better person all around. And that's what I learned during my accountability project.
Awesome. Well,
do you guys have any questions or anything? I don't know what else to do.
No, I mean, the only thing that I would say is I don't know how you ran 10 miles every week. I hate running so much. It's so boring.
It sucked. It was terrible. I tried to break it up, so it was like 1.5 miles every day for 6 days.
That's not
so
too bad.
That was the best way to do it. It's a little bit more than 1.5 miles. And so, I mean, it only took me like 12 minutes to do. And so it was pretty simple after I really tried to work hard on it.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the goals that you passed.
Thank you.
So do you want me to go next, or do you want to go?
Right. Jeremy,
I can barely hear what you're saying.
We're losing her.
Yeah. Well, why don't I go next? And then Susie, if your connection gets a little bit better, you can go after me. And then I don't know if someone wants to, while I'm going, send Houston an email and say, hey, buddy.
I'll send him an email.
That'd be great. All right.
Yeah.
So my accountability project. So what I wanted to become, I said that I wanted to become someone who's more healthy. I want to get my body down to a weight that makes it so I can live longer with my wife and children. I want to be able to play all types of sports with my kids as they get older and be able to help them learn and grow. I also want to be more spiritually healthy. I want to study my scriptures and pray every day. I don't want to just read my scriptures. I actually want to study them. I want to be able to teach my children about the gospel, be able to answer questions they might have. And lastly, I want to be mentally and emotionally healthy as well. I want to be motivated to do well in school and be part of my family's lives. So with the more healthy thing, I've been working on this before this class. I needed to lose a lot of weight. When we moved to Rexburg in January, I was 267 pounds. So it was like the highest I ever was. And now I'm down to 237. So I lost 30 pounds this year so far.
That's awesome, dude. Congrats.
Thanks. So I still have a whole bunch more to go because obviously I'm still a big boy at 237 pounds, but I'll continue to do that. So what the actual goals that I set was, did I drink half my weight in ounces of water? My wife and I agreed that, that your intake of water is a very important part of your health. Did I study my scriptures for at least a half hour each day? Did I organize my schoolwork and complete all the assignments I had? Did I spend at least 5 minutes with each of my children, ask them how their day was when they get home from school or whatever it might be? And then my weekly goals, did I have a date with my wife this week, which is pretty difficult once you have a bunch of kids? Did we have family home evening this week? Did we spend 2 hours together doing something like an activity as a family? And did I attend the temple this week? So it's nice living in Rexburg and having the opportunity I'm like 2 blocks from the temple. So as opposed to when I lived in Pennsylvania, I was 3.5 hours from Washington, D.C., which was the closest temple to where I lived. When it comes to how I did, there were a couple times where I did not read my scriptures. Well, I didn't study my scriptures. Every day, as a family, we read a column in the Book of Mormon. We're in the Doctrine and Covenants right now, so I read that day, but I didn't actually study my scriptures. There were a couple of times where I didn't drink the right amount of water. I missed 2 things too. Did I exercise for 30 minutes every day? And did I eat healthy according to my fitness app? So one of the things that helped me a lot was a company, Beachbody, has this 21-day fix fitness goals. And they send you like little containers of the size of each type of food that you can eat and how many of those items. And I completely eliminated like sugar and soda and all that stuff out of my diet. And I started doing that. And so I was judging every day whether or not I actually did what the app told me to do, like how much of each item. And for the most part, I did that. I excluded all the holidays from the tracking. So the days where it was the holidays, it was okay that I cheated a little bit. But other than that, there was probably only a couple days that I didn't eat healthy or that I didn't exercise. I play basketball 4 days a week and one night, and I also am on a soccer team. So getting the exercise in was pretty easy. The days that I don't have a sports event are the days that are difficult for me to do my exercising. But my wife, although she benefits when I fail, she still helped me. The days that I wasn't doing the sports activities, we did like an exercise video, or as much as I hate it, we went for a little run around here. But she's obviously all in with me losing weight and getting healthy. The weekly goals, there were a few weeks that I didn't get a chance to go on a date with my wife, and there were a few weeks that I didn't go to the temple. And I feel like some of the biggest things that I missed out on were the spiritual ones, which, although losing weight and being healthy is important to me, the spiritual goals that I had set were actually more important to me. And I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for the days that I missed reading scriptures and for the days that the weeks that I missed going to the temple, because I know how important that is. But all in all, I think that I did a pretty good job. My accountability for this, my goal is to have a yes under each one of the categories every day or every week. If I had no's, for each no that I had to do a specific chore for my wife, which she always held me up to. And then if I had 3 no's in a week, I had to give my wife a foot massage every day the following week. So I had only 1 week where I had 3 no's just in that week. But my hands hurt after the following week because she obviously held me up to that standard as well. And then I'm upset to say that my goal was to not have more than 8 no's the entire time, which I obviously did. And the consequence, which is one of the worst things ever for a chubby white guy, is that I'm going to have to take my wife dancing, which is like the most terrifying thing in the world to me, which I don't do and I'm not looking forward to doing. So
Where
yes.
and when, so I can be there?
I think it's going to be sometime next year after we move away from Rexburg.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to come to Vegas, that might be where we live.
I'll be right there.
No, I'm not quite sure because I'm procrastinating as long as possible, but I do have to do something. So what have I learned from this all? Obviously I've learned that holding yourself accountable and setting goals is really important. I think if you don't ever set goals for yourself, you won't ever strive to be better. You won't ever be able to achieve any of those things that would just be normal things if you don't have an actual goal set up for yourself. The other thing that I've learned is if you don't make the consequences something that you really, really don't want to do, there's a strong chance that you might not be successful in it. But I would say even with consequences, it's really how hard you're going to try and how much your time and effort you're going to put into each one of these things. That's going to determine how successful you are. So I was thankful for the project because it did help keep me accountable with the weight loss thing, which is something that I was already trying to do. And, doing it for my wife is one thing, and then doing it for myself is another thing. But then having a third thing, trying to help motivate you, it was really beneficial. But yeah, I think that's it.
Dude, that's awesome that you
Okay.
were able to lose that much weight and really focus a lot on your family. I mean, it'd be awesome if my family lived near, so we could do more stuff together. But that, dude, congratulations! That's an awesome. It's an awesome semester.
Yeah, that was really cool. Okay, you guys hear me? I'm good, yeah?
Completely clear.
Okay. All right. So who I wanted to become throughout this semester was I wanted to be someone that people would trust, and like who could I could trust myself with doing things. I wanted to stop being that like someday person. You know, you all have those people that are like, oh, someday I'll do that. Oh, someday I'll do that. And so I really wanted to kind of stop putting those someday things off. And so that kind of into my main goal. I ran a half marathon, and I'm like you guys, I hate running. I played sports where I didn't have to run that very much because it sucks. And I still think it sucks. I haven't grown to love it yet after running 13.1 miles is how long a half marathon is. But some other goals, that was my main one. I had a strict schedule I had to follow. Every day I had so many miles to run, and I had to do strength training, and I had to do other types of cardio to go with it to make sure, like, if I twist an ankle or something, you know. And I decided I wanted to learn what I put into my body because running 13 miles was a lot, and I couldn't like eat McDonald's every day and do that. So I wanted to become aware of like what I was putting into my body because, you know, we believe it's our temples, and so we need to take care of it. And so another goal was to keep a food journal. I tracked every day what I ate, how much I ate, calories, proteins, fibers, all of that stuff. I tracked it. And then I also did my partner check, I guess, because I wanted to go back to my becoming. I knew they were going to hold me accountable, and so I wanted to be able to hold them accountable. So I wanted them to know that like I was checking up on them, and that we were going to do this together because I had another lady who was doing the half marathon with me. And so for my actual goals, I didn't have a single no. I was terrified of my consequence, and I didn't want to put myself in the position to where I might actually have to follow through with it. And it was, I would say it's pretty easy for me. Running my half marathon, I convinced some of my roommates to do it with me. I guess I'm persuasive. I didn't think I was that persuasive when I asked them, but they did it with me. And so it was really great to hold each other accountable. So I didn't miss any days on that. I had my rest days was it. And even those days we still had to like go for a walk around campus or something just to make sure that we got something in. And then my food journal, I also did that because that was where my consequence came in, was in what I ate for the next week. So I didn't miss any days on that. And I have this very long notebook that I'm not really sure what to do with now. But I have this lovely food journal. And then my partner check, I also didn't miss any days on that. It was definitely the easiest one. And I enjoyed that one much more than I enjoyed my other goals. But so my consequence was that I was gonna limit what I ate on calories, and my metabolism throughout the semester at the beginning was normal, whatever, but then as I continued to run, it dropped super low, like I wasn't eating anything, and then last probably month and a half it just like skyrocketed, and I'm just hungry all the time, so I had to get protein shakes and stuff for that. And so my consequence was I was going to limit what I ate. I wasn't going to limit proteins, but like, you know, the fats and everything that I ate and the calories. I was going to put a budget on it instead of just eating what I wanted when I was hungry and making sure I knew what I was eating. I was going to put a limit on it. And so I think it worked pretty well. And so because of this, I got some really like cool results. My metabolism right now is fantastic. So I know running sucks, but I feel like I can eat whatever I want. So that is a super great thing about it. And I haven't ran my half marathon race that is in January because I didn't want to run one over the holidays with my family, but I run it all the time. Saturdays are my long days, so this Saturday I'm running 11 miles. And so things that I learned from this was that it is super important to have somebody to do it with you. The first week when I didn't have a roommate to help me out to be like, oh, did you go on a run today? It was a struggle, and it would have gotten a lot harder because the first week I only was running 2 miles a day. It would have gotten way worse to get up to 11 or 12 miles and not have had somebody there with me who was running with me and encouraging me. And so it's very important that when you set these goals, someone else needs to hold you accountable more than just yourself. Some people are really good at holding themselves accountable, but that wasn't my strong suit, I guess. And I learned that, like, so as going into accounting, I guess, if I need to hold myself accountable, and other people were going to really depend on me. And so I had to learn to become accountable, and because I was going to be dealing with other people's money. And when you're dealing with other people's money, they get mad very fast. And so I don't really have anything else. I didn't really do a whole lot of goals because I was running a half marathon. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I ran a half marathon a bunch of years ago. My wife forced me into it. And the thing about me is, well, my wife can make me do whatever she says because she's the boss of my world. But other than that, I kind of do whatever I want. And the farthest that I ran before the half marathon was only 5 miles. So I was really not prepared for it.
Oh, wow.
My dad runs half marathons all the time. It's not easy. I was gonna do it with him in September, but no way. I started running like 7 miles, and I was like, yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, the last mile killed me. So.
Yeah. Once I get so far, it's okay. I get like that second wind, and it's okay. And I've done like little mini races, like 5Ks, 10Ks, and it's way easier once you're actually like out there running, because you're like, oh, I gotta beat this grandpa. I can't let this grandpa beat me.
Yeah.
I'm competitive, and I compete with the old people, though I don't compete with the fast runners in front. I compete with my grandma and grandpas that are running next to me.
That's cool.
So, well, I guess that's it. I guess Houston won't have the opportunity to come on. Maybe he can just record himself doing the project and post it on the link as well. I'll post this one on the link, and I'll email it to you guys.
Okay.
I don't think that there is
Awesome.
anything else. Thanks for a great semester.
Yeah, it's been good.
Thanks.
Yeah, and good luck with all of your future semesters.
As well.
Yeah.
Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, have fun with the last finals.
Yeah, I finished mine today. I guess I have a project write-up I have to do.
Yeah, I got. Let's see.